to just introduce a question really quick. Are we too busy trying to surround ourselves with self-sufficiency that we are missing out on God? I hate to admit this, but I do a lot of things in the name of self-sufficiency. We all do this in some sort of way. I sit on my bed and watch YouTube for a good hour maybe in the name of self-sufficiency because I want to. And it's good to be self-sufficient sometimes. I mean, you definitely need a recharge every now and again. But we also have to have a balance between self-sufficiency and things that we should be doing. So how much time are you spending on being self-sufficient? This can be the hour that you spend scrolling through social media. This could be the time that you spend sleeping in or reading for enjoyment. I mean, the list could go on and on. The things that you don't necessarily need to do, but the things that you do because you want to do them. And just take a minute to think about how much time that is. And I encourage you just to sit down and write a list of all the things that you do that you don't necessarily need to do. Now take a second to think about how much time of that you spend with God. And I mean actually spending with God, perhaps in a time of worship or prayer. And I bet the amount of time that we spend with God is significantly less than the time that we spend on doing stuff that we want. And I used to do this. I would go to church on Sundays and I would ignore God the rest of the week. But I was getting so frustrated because nothing was happening. And I think that the reason that nothing was happening was because I was hardly spending any time with Him. And think about it. How are you supposed to develop a relationship if you're not actually hanging out with that person? So I want you to consider how much time you're spending with God, because spending more time with God really does make a difference. Because when I don't spend time with God, I fall into a low place. And if you haven't started spending time with God, then maybe it's time to start. It doesn't have to be crazy or extravagant, and I encourage you just to take a little bit of time out of the things that you do for yourself and at least attempt to connect to God, because I promise you that God will recharge your energy better in 5 minutes than you can do with whatever else you're doing. Through prayer or worship or however you connect with Him. What I do is I just go into a room by myself and I really listen and focus on some powerful Christian music. And that's what works for me. But relationships don't develop overnight. Even if little by little, if you spend a little bit of time with God every day, you will grow in your faith and you will learn to trust Him more. Which is so important, so then you can prepare for what's coming your way next. Thanks for watching. This is Alex of Finding Wholesomeness, signing out. Bye.